Morning, everybody. I just wanted to touch base with all of you to give you a little update about what's going on. As everybody knows, I submitted some proposals for some constitutional amendments to be discussed at our annual Kiowa Indian Council meeting, April 6th. Now, there's a clearly outlined procedure for receiving and submitting proposals, resolution proposals. It's very clear in the Constitution how that's supposed to be. Those are things that are supposed to be decided on by the Kiowa Indian Council, and only the Kiowa Indian Council. Once a resolution proposal is submitted, as long as it's properly submitted and is submitted before the deadline, it automatically gets put on the annual or whatever meeting it is. It's either going to be a special call meeting or a normal annual meeting, but it's going to get put on that meeting's agenda. Now, mine were properly submitted. They were submitted on time. They should have been put on the agenda, but they sent me a letter telling me that the attorney, now this is a tribal hired employee, an attorney that's hired, that is an employee by the tribe. He's not even a Kiowa tribal member. They gave him the authority to go ahead and make the decision on my proposed resolutions for constitutional amendments. They let him make the decision, and he decided not to put him on the agenda. Now, he has no authority to make that decision. The chairman has no authority. The vice chairman has no authority. Any elected position, any entity, any other person, nobody. It's going to have to be an act of the Kiowa Indian Council to change the Constitution to delegate that power to somebody else. The power to decide on those things belongs to the Kiowa Indian Council only. No matter what their reasoning is, it doesn't matter what reasons that attorney listed or that coordinator put on that letter. It doesn't matter what those reasons are, because they aren't the ones who decide that. It's the Kiowa Indian Council that does. Now, this is stepping on our equal rights and due process of the law, equal protections and due process of the law, sorry. But this is stepping on our constitutional rights, our inherent rights, and we can't allow people to do this kind of stuff. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what position they're in. Nobody has the right to do that to somebody else. Nobody. And so this isn't just going to go away. It's not going to be like what Matt Kamalti did when he first got himself in there and he had me forcibly removed from a Kiowa Indian Council meeting at the time. Stripping me of my voice that time. It's not going to be that way. This time, I will take this all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary. I'm not going to let it happen. And it's not just happening to me. When they do it to me, they do it to the whole organization that I'm speaking for. And not only that, they're doing it to every single Kiowa person out there. If they do it to one person, they're doing it to all of them. Once they step on somebody's voice, strip you of your voice, they're stripping all of you of it. Not just me. Not just me. And not everybody has to like me. Because this is not about anything like that. This is about everybody's inherent and constitutional rights. It's about equal protections and due process of the law. It's about being able to have the ability to stand up, freely stand up and speak up for yourself and fight for those rights. Now, everybody needs to pay attention to this, because this is a big deal. This is a very huge deal. And the proposals that I made, they can't wait. These are very important, and we need to get these pushed through. We can't have our voices stripped, and we can't have our rights stripped of us. We cannot have our abilities hindered by the Kiowa tribe's officials or hired employees. We can't have our abilities hindered, our abilities to succeed and to be prosperous. It is our inherent and our constitutional rights to be able to do what we are doing. So, if you care about your rights, you need to pay attention and get involved and speak up. You know, help out a little bit here. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for all of you. You know, all of us. And I'm not asking y'all for anything in return except for just a little bit of support. You know, this is something that I'm offering to y'all, and I have an ability to be able to do this. I'm able to give this organization some opportunities that nobody else in this tribe has. You know, nobody else has that opportunity. And so this is a chance for all of you that know how it is and know the truth about how, you know, these tribes, man, they're always broke. They don't ever have any money to help anybody or anything like that. And we're not going to get into telling anybody about somebody's not doing their job right, and somebody's doing this and somebody's stealing that, and who cares about that stuff, man? You know, we're way past that. We are an organized and focused group, and we're looking forward and moving forward, and we're not interested in trying to go get you know, any elected positions or anything like that. We just want things to be right. We want things, you know, there's a thing called the Constitution, and that means, you know, it's constitutional. If it's not right, they say it's unconstitutional, you know, and there are some things that I made the proposals to be amended that are just flat unconstitutional. Flat makes no sense, and that's why they're doing this right now, because they're trying, you know, it just doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into arguments like that. What matters is that they're just stepping on our rights. They need to be, those proposals need to be put on that agenda. They need to be posted out there with the other ones, and that's the bottom line. They need to either do that, or they need to show all of us where that power was delegated, taken away from the Kiowa Indian Council and delegated to the employed tribal attorney or any other person or official position or anything like that, where it was delegated to them to decide those proposed resolutions. Where was it taken from the Kiowa Indian Council and given to somebody else? You know, and then where were the procedure of accepting those resolutions and you know, proposed resolutions? Was that ever rescinded? Was it amended? No. So just show me how they have the authority to just not simply follow the procedure of that's clearly outlined in the Constitution, and accept my proposals and put them on the agenda and post them out there just like they did the rest of them 30 days in advance of the meeting, and let the Kiowa Indian Council do their job and discuss it and vote whether or not to put it on the ballot. Bottom line is, it's the law. It's the law of the land, and they have to do that. They have to do that. Otherwise, they're violating all of us. So I just wanted to get that out there real quick, and I'll post the letter and then what I responded back to them, and then I will keep you updated on how this goes, because this is very important. Now, y'all need to get involved, and we need to start doing everything that it takes to get this done. And there are other ways to get it done too, according to the Constitution. The problem is, it's looking like right now that it doesn't matter what the Constitution says. These people just want to do what they want to do, and they're going to do what they want to do. But we're not going to let them do that anymore. You know, they brought the Constitution to us, and we're going to make them follow that Constitution, and we're going to follow the Constitution, and we're going to use that Constitution in our favor. You know, just like they do, but we're going to use it the right way. We're not going to misuse our Constitution. We're not going to abuse our Constitution, you know. So we'll get that clear. We're not fighting nobody about any political positions or anything like that. I don't care about that stuff. You know, We only care about what we're doing. We're focused and we're doing something different. We're not changing tribes. We're not forming a new tribe. We're not giving up our membership of this tribe. That's just crazy thinking right there. So let's just be real clear on all that stuff. I'll keep you all updated, and so stay tuned. And I really hope that y'all get involved in this. It'll benefit all of y'all. There's nothing negative about it. We'll talk more about it where I can explain it more. If y'all want to ask me questions, feel free to ask me questions. But hey, you know what? Let's just keep this on a positive, focused deal, because we don't need anything negative anymore to try to. We're not arguing about nothing. We have a plan. We're doing our plan. We're not out there trying to debate nothing with anybody that's not interested in being a part of our organization. We have no reason to debate this with anybody. So anybody that wants to be a part of this organization that is a Kiowa tribe member, get out there on these pages and find that application, get it filled out and mailed in, so you can get on there, because as soon as we start getting this stuff going on, we're going to start making a lot of money, and we're going to be giving our members dividend checks. That's better than per cap, let me tell you, because it's going to come a lot quicker and it's going to come a lot more. We're not going to have debt like the tribe has, and casinos and gamings and things like that, middlemen where you got to pay big debt. We're not going to have none of that. See? So this is going to be a lot better. But in order for us to do this, and in order for us to succeed, you're going to have to get involved. You're going to have to help support this organization. You're going to have to help support what we stand for and what we're doing. And that means when we have these Kiowa Indian Council meetings like this and make proposals like this, these proposals are specific to our needs. So you need to help us push these proposals through so we can be successful, and all of us will be able to enjoy the prosperity on an individual, personal basis, because that money's going to start going into your pockets, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want with it. And nope, you're not going to have to go to any program, get an application to qualify to, and you're not going to have to request this or that. These are going to be dividends. They're going to start depending on, the amount on how. So I just can't tell you how quick or how much those amounts will be, but they will be given. The money will be given out, and we hope to go. Monthly, a monthly payment, and then if we can, who knows? I think business is going to be big enough, but we might be able to do weekly. It's not like we have the whole tribe in our organization. We can't win them all. We all know that. But we have enough to be able to do what we need to do to succeed, and that means support each other, stay focused. Stay focused on the direction and the issues and things that we are going, the direction we're going in, and support those votes on things that we need to succeed. We will make everybody aware of what that is, and we'll discuss it. When we discuss it again, like I said, we don't need anything negative. I'm just not gonna. I don't have time for it. I've worked too hard. We've all worked too long for this to think that we're going to fall back and start debating whether we can't. We're doing who's doing whatever wrong or whatever. It's not about none of that. Let those people go and tell some other business what they can and can't do, and see how far they get with them. Because if they're not a part of what we're doing, it's none of their business. That's all there is to it. And everybody knows I'm a blunt person. I speak my mind, and so I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm just going to speak to you, from my heart, as me. This is who I am, and I'm just not going to get into any more mud holes, spinning my wheels like that. I looked for different ways to do things, and I found a way to get it done, and I'm going to get it done. And I don't need the tribe to do it. We can do this on our own. We can do it on our own. It's not like we're jumping ship You know, like I said, and I will be very clear, nobody has a plan to give up their membership. Nobody has a plan to go and try to start a whole new tribe or branch off like that or anything. We're simply just a group of Kiowa tribal members that want to do some business together. We're pulling our resources together so we can support ourselves as a group and survive. Like I said, it's about survival, and it's about longevity, and it's about prosperity. It's about having a more freedom and an easier life. You know, life should be enjoyed. Life shouldn't be a job. You know, shouldn't worry about how your bill's going to be paid next month, or where you're going to get enough money to feed your kids, or buy them clothes for school, or things that they need like that. You know, there's a lot of people that are still living hard lives, and it's unnecessary. There's just some people, you know, I got to tell you, the excuses, you'll see when I post that letter that they gave me, the reasons that they gave for not putting my proposed resolutions on the meeting's agenda. The reasons they gave me, I mean, it's the craziest thing. You know, we are a nation of our own. We have our own government. You know, we have sovereignty, just like states have their own sovereignty. You know, they have their own government. And then the federal government, you know, Canada, China, they got their own sovereignty. And the federal government is not going to go tell Canada, they're not going to go tell China, you know. And on a lot of things, which has to do with some of the proposals that I proposed, or one of the biggest ones that I proposed, even the states aren't following federal law. You know, we are not the U.S.A. We are Kiowa tribe. We are a nation of our own. We are sovereign. You know, we have tribal sovereignty. And so if we want to put something in our Constitution, we have a right to do that. And we don't have to worry about what the U.S.A. or the federal government says. We don't have to get an agreement with them to be able to do that. You know, we do not have to do that. I don't know if those leaders are afraid, or if those legislators are afraid, you know, to start moving our tribe forward and act like we have a right to do things on our own. But as the Kiowa Indian Council members, the ones that you know, are the fuel, the push to those lawmakers, you know, we're the ones that, you know, give them the energy to do what they do. We give them the fuel. Because without us, they're not able to do anything. You know, so we need to push them along. Anyway, I'll let y'all know. I've got a few more things to get written up here, but I'm going to post that. I'll get that letter posted, and I'll get my response posted, and I'll keep y'all updated. So you know, pay attention, get involved. Please help us, because this is for all Kiowas. You know, we cannot let them step on us like that. We can't let them strip us of our voices and our rights. There's a lot involved here. So please, man, y'all try to put your differences aside and come together and let's do this, because it'll benefit all of us. It will benefit all of us. And all it takes is your support, your voice. It doesn't take anything out of your pocket. You know, it doesn't take much. And it can bring you a whole new world. So get involved. I'll be posting stuff as quick as I can, I hope.